up with it? What's up with it? It's your boy Daddy Creon. You know what I'm saying? Today we on the doing the Riding High Solo project. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my boy King yesterday, and it's been a subject that's really been that's been touching me, and it's actually something that's been on my mind for quite a bit, probably since about May, April, May, somewhere around there that I had been wanting to talk about, and due to certain instances that has happened recently, I really wanted to tap in on it as concerning domestic violence and the condition in which man was created. And I really hope that, like, man, we can get a clear understanding, so women will be able to protect themselves, men are able to protect themselves, uh, hold themselves accountable, uh, be more be more diligent with their children, especially their boy children, who one day will become, God willing, will one day become young men, man. So y'all just tap in, man. Give y'all a few minutes, seconds or something to tap in. But this is something that I really been wanting to talk about, man. And I'm gonna do my best to come from, like, and understand, I ain't doing no preaching or nothing like that. I am not no preacher, man. I'm kind of like a teacher. You know what I'm saying? That's what I try to do my best to do, is like whatever information I come across, whatever knowledge I come across, man, I try to share it with my peoples, man. Because especially here in Corpus, man, because I am a Corpus boy at heart. I'm a Northside kid at heart, man. And at the end of the day, I do love people, man, especially us, especially the city, man. My partners, man, my partners' children's, you know what I'm saying? My partners, male or female, and their children are male or female, man. And we've been going through so much. We've been going through so much in this city, man, in the past, cheese and crackers, man. Shit, past couple of years, man, dealing with the deaths of loved ones, man. Be it to at the hand of our at the hand of young men out here in these streets, or at the hand of at the hand of the police department, or whether some kid is just dying young, or a friend is dying, and a lot of kids are not reaching the age that which I've been blessed to reach, man. And I know for a fact that I was living a life that that has faced death many times. You know what I'm saying? And by the will of Allah, I've been able to beat those beat those obstacles and still be around to this day, and around to this day long enough to be able to hold this conversation with y'all, man. So I pray that y'all tap in. You know what I'm saying? And I know we just got through watching the debate, man. You know what I'm saying, with Kamala and Donald. You know what I'm saying, but we ain't gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? You know how people is with politics, man. People like to keep their stuff to themselves, and I've been watching my peoples on Facebook dealing with this politics, and in this upcoming presidential election, man. And y'all been beefing with each other a while, man. So nothing could come between me and my friends, including the presidency and politics, man. But we're gonna tap into this domestic violence and the condition in which man was created, man. And I'm gonna use a little biblical text, a little Quranic text, man, and I'm gonna break some things down before, like, I really jump into the domestic violence. I want to go into some things that leads up to the condition of man. You know what I'm saying? And how he was created according to Bible, according to Quran, and so we can kind of put this together, man. So at the end of the day, women can truthfully be prepared, man, and know how to deal with themselves under certain situations like this, man. One of the things that that bothers me the most, man, in today's society, and with with all the social media, and with all with everything that's going on, is like, man, one of the things that I hate the most is when we talk about matching energy, man, or a woman trying to match a man's energy. Never in the history, man. You can go through history, the annals of history, man. You know what I'm saying? And this can be in from history within itself. It could also You can also check text, uh, books, stuff like that. You can also check your local library. You can also check police reports. You can also check all these things when it comes to what we call matching energy, man. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I hate is that when I hear young ladies, man, or adult women talking about, I'm gonna match this nigga's energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna match his energy. Or when the in, when the energy is aggressive, when the energy is violent, you know, it is. I'm telling you, man, it is not a woman's place to match a man's energy, man. And y'all need full understanding on why not to do that, and why not to play yourself like that, and why not to put yourself in harm's danger, because that's exactly what it does, man. Especially when that individual is, the loving energy is to be matched. But when a man is being aggressive, when a man is angry and hot, or when there's healthy arguments, and then there's unhealthy arguments. And I want y'all to understand that, man. Especially the unhealthy argument part, man, because that what gets a lot of people hurt, man, especially women, man, because you wanting to buck that individual, or buck that man. You know what I'm saying? You know, when God created man, man, according to Genesis, man, he created man in his own image. And from man he created woman. One of the things about that is that, man, if you look through the annals of time, man, and look at the history of man, like, one thing I need women to understand is that we are men is savage. We're the most savage animal on the planet, man. We're the most like I say, we're the most savage animal that's on this planet, man. Especially when it comes to men and men, we're the most savage people on this planet, man. Uh, I don't. I hate to put it this way, but like, the only way a woman can get to a man, or get back when it comes to being a savage to a man, is with her. I don't even want to say it like that, but is with her pussy, and with her voice, with her mouth. And one of them, the sexual part, it leads to devaluing yourself, especially if you getting back at a nigga by going to fuck another nigga. Because the more access niggas got to you, man, you know, amongst men, that lady lose value. The other one, your mouth, that shit'll get you harmed by the weaker men who have no self control and things like that, man. So, men, we're the dominant species, man, on this planet, man. We're the dominant species, man. We are men are known killers, man. Throughout the annals of time, man, you can go back and look at history and see how crazy man is. Men will bro, do the worst of the worst to each other. What do you think they'll do to a woman? Men will do the worst to each other. What do you think they'll do to a woman when pushed, or when they're in their feelings, or when they have uncontrollable anger that can't be contained or controlled, because he doesn't have the skills, or the how could you say it? He doesn't have the skills or the tools to control his anger. And we're gonna get into that too, dealing with fathers. You know what I'm saying, in the young boys. But I want to read you a passage from the Quran. It's ayat. It's Surah 2 Al Baqarah, the cow, and it's ayat 30. And I want y'all to listen to what like the angel said to God when God created Adam. It said, and when thy Lord said unto the angels, Lo, I am about to place a viceroy on the earth. Now the viceroy is or vicegerent is one who will have domain over the earth and run it. It is a leader over the earth, and he in the first individual he placed. And for me, it'll always be the first individual he placed with knowledge of God. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there were people already on earth, but I'm talking about when he created Adam, he created him with knowledge of who he was. You know what I'm saying? And the angel said, they said, will thou place therein one who will do harm and cause mischief and cause bloodshed, while we him thy praise and sanctify thee. And Allah said, surely I know that which ye know not. Even in this time, man, even during this time, like when God was creating Adam, the angels knew something about this individual or what was to come from this individual. You know what I'm saying? They had a sense or a feeling, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know, all we do is sing your praise. All we do is whatever you tell us to do. But you're creating something, man, that's going to cause mischief and bloodshed throughout the world, man. Throughout this place that you have made for him, man. And over the annals of time, I'm gonna read you some of the like I'm gonna read off some of the greatest conquerors. And we're gonna call them killers. Some of the greatest killers in the world, man. And these are men. Alexander the Great, he killed over 150,000 people, man, in his conquest, and it could be more. Genghis Khan, which I read up on, he was one of the guys that I studied a long time ago. This man was responsible of 10 million deaths during his Mongol conquest, man. This man this man was so savage, man. Like, he had 3 flags he would raise. He would raise a white flag, he would raise a red flag, and he would raise a black flag. When he raised the white flag, that means for the people to surrender, and he would let them live. If he raised the white flag, that means y'all surrender, and I'm going to let y'all make it. You know what I'm saying? If the people didn't come out, if the people didn't surrender, you know, I think you had like a day, he would raise the red flag. The red flag meant that we killing all the men, and we're going to just leave the women and children. We're going to kill all the men, and we're going to just leave the women and children. If the say the kings or the people of these tribes or you know, these castles or whatnot, man, these people were staying in, you know what I'm saying, these villages. If they didn't come out then, they would raise the black flag. The black flag meant that everybody died, man. This is man. This is the mind of man. Man was willing to kill the men, the women, and the children. He was willing to kill everybody. And how Genghis Khan came to power, and this is a man who was driven by anger. His daddy was the chieftain of their community or their tribe, right? He was, if I'm not mistaken, he was either stabbed or shot with an arrow that was infected, like with feces. You know what I'm saying? That's what they used to do. They used to like dip arrows or knives and shit, and they would let those arrows or those knives sit in that stuff for a while. That way, when they stabbed you or they shot you with the arrow, it would infect you, man. And the infect you was deadly. You know what I'm saying? And this happened to Genghis Khan's dad, and when he died, his friends, his closest friends, kicked Genghis Khan, his brother, and his mama out the community, man. And that drove him to madness, man. It drove him to madness. It drove him to conquer, to come back through when he became of age, to be able to fighting age, come back, kill the ones who pushed his family out, and became one of the greatest conquerors in the world, man. Julius Caesar, he killed over 1 million, and this could be debated, you know what I'm saying? But it said that he killed over 1 million Gauls during the Gallic War. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. That's it. It could be debated. It said it could be debated, but this man killed 1 million people, man. He killed 1 million people. Attila the Hun killed 1 million people or less. And I don't know if you know some of these names, but Attila the Hun killed 1 million people or less. King Leopold from who conquered Congo, he killed over 10 million Africans, man. 10 million Congolese individuals, man. That's man, woman, and child, man. He would maim them if they didn't dig enough gold or whatever it was that he was after in that country, man. He would maim them, cut off hands, man. Man, there's pictures all over the internet, man. There's pictures all in the books in the library, man, concerning him, man. And Hitler killed over 11 million Jews, man. It said that he killed over 11 million Jews, man. 11 million. That's a lot of people, man. And we know that was man, woman, and child, man. That was man, woman, and child. Stalin, he ordered the death of over 20 million people, man. 20 million people, man. This man killed over 20 million people. This wasn't no woman. This was a man. Because that is in man's nature, man. That is in the nature of a lot of men to be like that, man. Whether they're weak, whether they're conquering, whether how could I say, they're ego driven, all these different type of things, man. This is how these individuals act, man. The Quran states that, you know, that Allah created man weak. And there's certain tafsir on what they pertain to that what that weakness mean. You know what I'm saying? In one of the tafsirs, I think it's like 3 or 4 of them, but in one of the tafsirs, it was talking about the desires and his uncontrollable desire of women. How they're not able, men will not be able to control that desire, man. So when I'm talking about, man, like, for women to not try to match the energy when an individual is in his feelings, man, it is for your own protection. Because never in history have women come out of that situation successful, man. Never has woman in that day and time come out of that situation successful, man. Without being hurt in some type of way, either by death, by mental abuse, physical abuse, all these types of things. And now we're in a time that well, y'all could actually do something about it, man, and be able to act out on it in a way that protects y'all, man. That protects y'all. Not like it was back in the day, man, when y'all really didn't have no type of protection against individuals such as this with this type of nature, man. The numbers on the domestic violence, you know, and I think this was like a 2022 statistic. You know what I'm saying? It says the number of victims In the United States, about 24 people per minute are victims of domestic violence. 24 people per minute. And that's 12 million people annually. And 85% of these individuals are women. 85% of those who are victims of domestic violence are women, man. So that lets you know, man, the mind of the individual that's out here that y'all are dealing with, man. Especially today. And we're going to get in that, but especially today, man, why these individuals is like that, man. These ages range from the ages 18 to 34 are the most likely to experience this. Women are most likely to experience domestic violence between 18 and 34 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? Right when you just enter womanhood, man, when they telling you that you can be outside now. You know what I'm saying? You might can't drink no alcohol and shit, but you can be outside now. They consider you adult now. You know what I'm saying? And this is very prevalent today, man. This goes on a lot today. In the race, 43% of African American women are victims of domestic violence. 43% of African American women, man, are victims of domestic violence, man. That means only like 57% of you is safe. That's half. That's damn near half of our community, man. That's damn near half of our community, man, that's going to be touched. So if you're a father with two daughters, one of them's going to get it in one of her relationships. She's going to experience. If you're a father with three daughters, there's a good possibility two of them get it and one of them don't. You know what I'm saying? If you're a father of four daughters, it's going to be split down to halfway. You know, my son has 6 girls, man. 6 girls. And I pray to Allah that this does not happen to them, man. Because 3 may make it and the other 3 don't. You know what I'm saying? American Indian or Alaskan or Native women are 46%. 53.8% of multiracial non-Hispanic women have experienced domestic violence, man. Domestic violence, man. And that's at the hand of their intimate lover. It says stalking, about 1 in 6 women and 1 in 19 men have been stalked by an intimate partner in their lifetime. So if 12 of y'all are out there, 12 homegirls at the party, you know what I'm saying, and y'all all done broke up with y'all boyfriends, just say that, 2 of y'all are being stalked. Them boys probably, well, if y'all are having a party, there's 2 of them probably in the bushes watching y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? Nearly half of all the men and the women and men in the United States will experience psychological aggression by an intimate partner in their lifetime, man. Nearly half of all women and men in the United States will experience this. Some psychological aggression form of domestic violence, man. That is crazy, man. And that part don't have no color on it. That's just here in the United States alone, man. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, around 34% of female murder victims in the United States are killed by an intimate partner, man. That's a third. That's a third of the women. A third of the women that have been murdered. It is by their lover or somebody they're dating or somebody they're having sex with. Meaning that a significant portion of women's death from homicide is attributed to domestic violence. Men who commit domestic violence may have a variety of mental health issues. And I wanted to Tap in on this right here, man. Individual could be suffering from PTSD, depression, substance abuse, generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, social phobia. Other factors that may contribute to domestic violence includes anger management issues. Y'all know this one right here. Two of them back to back. Jealousy and low self-esteem. Jealousy and low self-esteem. Feeling inferior. Cultural beliefs that have the right to control their partner. Personality disorder or psychological disorder. Here's another one. And this is one of the biggest ones. A learned behavior from growing up in a family where domestic violence happens, man. We see it all the time, man. We see it all the time. We see these type of things happen all the time, man. This is why I promote to women, do not exchange that energy with a man, man. Do not exchange it, especially if that man is weak, especially if that man has low self-esteem. He's a very jealous person, or he's always angry about something, man. You know what I'm saying? Those type of situations, man, you should try to get yourself out of, man. Like, for real. You should try to get yourself out of them, man. Because men are created in this weak nature, man. And when I'm saying, I'm not speaking for men as a whole. Not every man is like this, but I'm using the word man because that's what we're talking about, man. A lot of us come from homes, man, where the father isn't there. The mother doesn't know how to raise a child. And that boy is being abused by the mother. Physically beaten, man. Like, beaten regularly. I've known it to happen. I've seen it happen. That boy eventually becomes a bully, man. He becomes a bully. Whatever happens to him at home, he takes it to school with him. He takes it to the streets with him. He takes it to wherever he is with him. And one thing about it, man, is when these type of individuals find them a life companion, man, they tend to take this punishment out on that woman, man, that they couldn't take out on their mother because it's their mother. So they'll take that punishment out on their girlfriend, man. Girl say something, man, she might dress a certain way, man, you know, and he gets in his feelings, man. Gets in his feelings, man. You know, I got a partner, man. Well, he ain't really my partner. It's just a dude I know, but it's an individual I know, man, that if you speak to his girl, dog, if you just like, you know, if you introduce, hey, man, what's up, man, and hey, such and such, such and such, she's going to get her ass whooped, bro. When they get by themselves, he's going to beat her because the nigga spoke to her, man. One of the weakest niggas I know, bro. And he ain't really my partner, man. He's just somebody I know, man. And this is what I heard through the grapevine, man. With social media and everything going on, man, like, it's not good to agitate a weak man, man. With all the things that's going on, man, it's not good to shame a weak individual, man, because he don't know how to control his anger and he don't know how to take it. So he does something stupid, man. We're losing too many people at a very young age who should have the opportunity to live life and maybe to correct their behavior and the things that they going through, man. A lot of dudes, man, in real life, see one thing like women got to understand about men. Check this out. One thing women got to understand about men. This is why I'm telling you, man, to don't try to handle a nigga, man. Don't try to verbally handle a nigga or put your hands on him or nothing like that. Don't do that like that. Or like if a man, if you get into it with the dude and the dude is trying to leave, you know what I'm saying? Let him go. Let him go. Don't get in front of him. Don't push the situation. Don't make the situation bad, because that shit could turn ugly, man. It could turn ugly as hell, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of women out here, y'all are very aggressive, and it's the truth. Y'all are very aggressive. When y'all get into it with y'all nigga, that nigga try to leave, you won't let him leave. You want to put your hands on him and all this type of shit, man. You want to fight with a nigga. One thing that men know when dealing with men, we can only go so far with each other. We know it's going. We know what to say and what not to say, because if we say certain things, man, we know it's going to end in violence. We know it's going to end in violence, man. And if a woman is talking to a man with no self-control, in a way that a nigga is talking to him, it's not going to end well for her, man. It's not going to end well for her. We can call it what we want to. We could say, you can put everything, well, he need to do this, he need to do that. Hey, fuck what he need to do. That shit don't always happen. It don't always happen the way you feel it should go. Yeah, we all may feel like that's the way it should go, but it don't fucking always happen like that, man. That shit does not always happen like that, man. Some niggas do not give a fuck, man. They do not give a fuck at all, man. And they would down you, man. He has no self-control, man. Or let's be honest, man. Sometimes y'all push a nigga too far when he's trying to leave, and y'all don't want to let a man leave. Y'all put yourself in danger, man. Y'all will put yourself in danger by trying a man with no self-control. Just because you feel that you love him or you're that mad to where you can handle him, man, you'll put yourself in a bad situation, man. You'll put yourself in a bad situation. And we'll lose you, man. Your family will lose you. Your children will lose you, man, when we need you here. Men know how far we can go with each other without it coming to violence. That's why you see a lot of niggas pick and choose their fights. I made a post the other day on Facebook, man. 85% of people pick on people who they know they can whoop, man. Because when another motherfucker match that energy, man, they don't want to do nothing. They're gonna go with the win, man. They're not gonna go with the battle. They're gonna go with the win, man. Niggas is not gonna the ones that'll step to you, regardless of if you bigger than them, smaller than them, everybody's going to get the same energy. That's too and few, man. I done watched this out here in the streets, and I done watched this shit in prison, man. I done watched that chain effect, man. In prison, I watched this fat ass dude try to dog out this little gay dude, right? Not try to, handle, have sex with him or nothing like that. But he knew the nigga was gay. He knew he was weak, so he tried to handle him. And the gay dude didn't want to do nothing. Rightfully so, he wasn't built like that. Then I watched another nigga that was kind of older than the big nigga. The big nigga handled him, and that big nigga did not want to do nothing at all. He did not want to do nothing at all. That nigga talked crazy as fuck to that nigga, man. And then I watched a super convict who will fight any fucking body. A super convict who would fight any fucking body, dog. Anybody in that bitch. He was a very respectful man. He didn't bother nobody. He was real friendly, but you was not going to fuck with him. I watched him punk that same motherfucker that was scared that tried to punk the big dude. And that nigga didn't want to do nothing. He knew what he had, and both of them really convicts. Both of them had been doing a bunch of time, but that nigga did not want to do nothing to him because why? He knew goddamn well, I can't even think of his name, man. He knew goddamn well that man was going to give him the business, and he was serious about what he would do, man. So I know I seen these things with my own eyes. I seen it out here in the streets, man. Niggas only antagonize niggas that they feel that they can whoop or they can handle. They not gonna handle a real individual, man. So if niggas is like this with each other, what do you think they're gonna do to a woman that tries to handle them? A nigga gonna beat her ass, man. Mainly if you put your hands on them. You get a few that's gonna walk away. You're gonna get a few that's walk away. See, I was watching this Instagram video the other day, right? The mother and the daughter was talking. I watched 2 videos, right? On domestic violence, right? And the daughter was telling the mother, if a woman hit a man shouldn't put his hands back on her because he's stronger than her. And the mother's from the old school. The daughter's like, she's probably in her 30s. The mother's from the old school. She about 50, 60. You know what I'm saying? And the mother was telling her, keep your hands off of men. Don't put your hands on my man, because I raised my boys that if a motherfucker put their hands on you, you put your hands back on them. I don't give a fuck if it's a man or a female, a male or a female. And the thing is, in these situations, your daddy would tell you don't put your hands on a female. But you know who tell you to put your hands on anybody who put their hands on you? Your mama. It's always been the woman, man. Because I was told the same thing. I come from abuse. I was adopted. I come out of abusive home. I got burn marks on my body and everything, man, from being abused as a child. The woman that adopted me, man, I was outside one day. I think I was about 7 or 8 years old, man. And this girl hit me in the face with a shoe. What's up with it? What's up with it, Leo Harris? Girl hit me in the face with a shoe, man. With like, back in the day, they used to call them clunkers or clockers or something like that. They had a wood bottom, and them motherfuckers used to hurt, bro. Them motherfuckers was hard. You used to they step on your toe, you're out of there, bro. They step on your toe, you're out of there. This girl hit me across the face with one and left a mark on my face. I ran into the house, man. My mama seen that mark on my face, and she made me go outside and whoop that girl ass, man. She made me go outside and fight that girl, man. And I didn't want to. She made me go outside and fight her because of what I had came from. Because of what I had came from, man. I had came from an abusive household, and she didn't want me so timid that I let anybody put their hands on me, man. She said, I don't care. She said, Corona, I don't care who it is. Anybody put their hands on you, you fight them. And I ain't gonna lie, I've been like that ever since then, man. I've been like that ever since then. I'm not gonna let nobody hurt me, man. I'm not gonna let nobody put me in a situation where I feel my life is in danger. First thing I'm gonna do is try to walk away and get away. And when I was going through the comments on when this woman was telling this lady that, man. And all the women, like 80, 85, 90% of the women in those comments were saying, keep your hands to yourself. I raised my son this. 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 That if anybody touch you, you put your hands on them. I don't give a fuck if it's a male or a female. You beat their motherfucking ass. This was all in the comments, man. This is all in the comments. So know that this is how a lot of mothers are raising their boys, man. A lot of mothers are raising their boys like that, man. And this is why I'm saying, do not match energy with a nigga out here, man. Care what he is, Mexican, white dude, black dude, Asian, I don't give a fuck what he is. Do not match that energy, man, with him, man. Because for the long haul, you're not built for it, man. That shit gonna cost you your life. That shit could cost you your life. Or it could cost you it could cost you something bad, man. I done seen niggas do the worst out here to women, man. From murdering women. From beating them half to death. From doing the most, man. My homegirl was left for dead, man. My homegirl was left for dead while I was locked up, man. She told me that shit when I came home, man. Female like my sister for real. She was left for dead at the hands of her nigga, man. And it was probably, and I know it wasn't her or something she probably did, man. I know it wasn't her or something she probably was did. It's just the mentality of these niggas out here, man. Don't provoke a nigga. Don't put yourself in a situation, man. Please, I'm really like begging for this shit. For y'all to stay away from these type of things, man. Don't put yourself in those type of situations. Why? Because this is how niggas act out here today, man. Y'all see that these young niggas out here today, man, do not, what could I say? They won't even fight each other. They don't even have the courage to fight each other. These young niggas out here, they don't even have the courage to fight each other. They'll rather kill each other. So if they'll kill each other, what do you think they're going to do to you? Because they know it's a win against you. It's probably one girl to every, if she's not trained or something like that, it's probably one girl to every 10, 15, 20,000 males that probably can get her a nigga. But that's 1 out of 20,000, 1 out of 30, 40,000 that could probably get her a nigga. You know what I'm saying, with them hands. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen before. I seen a female whoop a nigga before. But shit, she was one out of a bunch that couldn't. Do I condone it? No. Not because of her not looking at a nigga. I condone it because if that nigga guy was embarrassed enough, he'd have killed her. He could have easily killed her. If he was embarrassed enough by what happened, man, he could have killed her. Today, these young niggas ain't trying to fight nobody, man. Nigga talk crazy to them. They don't want to fight that nigga, man. But you know who they going to take that shit out on? You know who they going to take it out on? The minute you provoke them, the minute you run them hot, they're going to take it out on you. They're going to take it out on you. Because there's no outlet for them to release this type of anger correctly and righteously. 20%, and I'm going to clap to that, 20% of black women, single black women, 20% of single black women will raise their male sons to not go to jail. 20% of black women with single black women, single mother black women who have sons will successfully raise their male child to never touch a jail cell. That's 20%. The other 80% of single black women with no father in the house, helping raising that boy, that nigga going to jail. That nigga is going to jail. He's going to put himself in a position to where he's sitting in the county jail, to where he's sitting in the penitentiary, and he done threw his life away, man. These are statistical facts, man. You can look this shit up. I do numbers, man. I don't do emotions. I don't care about nobody's when it comes to when we talking that talk and talking that shit, you got to show me the numbers, man. You got to show me the numbers. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about your emotions when it comes to the numbers, man, because I want the facts. I don't want how you feel. Because your feelings have nothing to do with the numbers. Your feelings are your feelings. 80% of you little niggas who grow up without a daddy in their home, you niggas going to the penitentiary or you going to jail, nigga. You going to the penitentiary or you going to jail. And this is where I get on black men and black women. People of color. And I recommend this. I recommend this because we're talking about only 20% of these women will be successful, man, with these boys out here. You niggas out here with these young boys, man, when that boy get about 10 years old, man, it's time for you to go pick that boy up, man, and get that woman a fucking break because he's supposed to get bigger than her. His nuts gonna fall. And he ain't gonna do what she say no more. These are facts, nigga. These are facts. Only 20% of these little boys gonna be obedient to their mother, man. Go get your child, dog, because your child is out here killing niggas. Your child is out here beating on women and killing women. Your child is out here disrespecting elderly folk, and they have no respect for their elders, bro. No respect. We see this motherfucking shit every day, dog. We see this shit every day. Nigga, I'm literally, nigga, I know who my kids are, fam. I know who my kids are. But I have other kids out here, bro. I know who my nephews are. I have other nephews out here that are not biologically kin to me, man. I have kids out here that are not biologically kin to me. And I say that because I get the phone calls, dog. I get the phone calls, the DMs. Say, Pops, I need to talk to you. Nigga, I'm out here being y'all fucking fathers, nigga. I'm out here being y'all fathers and y'all uncles, nigga, trying to save these young niggas, man. Because they gonna crash every time, dog. They not listening to their mothers, man. I'm getting calls from mothers, nigga. Creon, can you talk to him? Creon, can you talk to him, man? And I don't know why I'm picked. I don't know why I'm asked. But it's my duty, dog. It's my duty. It's a lot of you niggas say, man, you niggas need to go get y'all son, man. And you women need to let him go. Let that boy go. Let that boy go to his daddy. Y'all need the opportunity to go get back and get y'all education because a lot of y'all are smart. Y'all just had kids young. You didn't get to fulfill your dreams, man. While this nigga out here running around and doing what he do. No, this nigga need to be held accountable too for his child, man. Statistics show, nigga, that a single father has the same outcome as a two-parent household, nigga. So if your life is fucked up, go get your son, nigga. Go get your male child and raise him. Show him what it is to be a fucking man, dog. Be responsible for once in your life. And I'm not trying to hear that shit. Nigga, I got to go to work. Man, I got to do this. I got to do that. Nigga, she doing the same fucking thing, dog. They're going to school trying to raise these kids, trying to change their life and make it better. Nigga, go get your son, nigga. Teach them the same thing you learn in your trade, nigga. If you're in the oil field or nigga, if you work here or work there, line them up, man. Because why? You're going to lose him to a system or one of these young niggas going to kill him out here or the police going to kill him out here, nigga. Because he is a savage out here. It is his nature to be a savage, nigga. We got two choices in life, man. To man up or men the fuck out, nigga. And these niggas is men in the fuck out, dog. Ain't nobody manning up. They don't care. They don't listen. Because you niggas is not in their lives, man. And you niggas is doing, majority of you niggas is doing the same thing. It is y'all responsibility, man, to grab hold of y'all child, bro. To grab hold of that male boy before he hurt somebody, man. Before he hurt himself, before he hurt his mother, before he hurt his sister, before he hurt his woman, before he hurt some elderly woman by snatching her motherfucking purse, nigga. Just watched the video the other day. Some niggas jump out of a car on a woman and take her shit. It's the condition of what the male is out here, man. You know what I see so much, bro? And I praise be to God that I am a Muslim, man. You know what I see so much, man? When I do go to the churches and stuff like that, I see all the women in church, bro. All the women in church. Only a few men. If a nigga's not the pastor on the deacon board or part of that right there, it's more women in the church than the men. So how could you lead the household, nigga, when God appointed you to be the leader, the vice general out here, and you have no relationship with him? Your woman got to pray over the food. Your woman got to pray for your child's safety. No, that's your job. Your woman in there teaching your child about God, nigga. That's your job. He didn't make woman first. He made man. Man was taught first. Knowledge of who God was. It's your job, dog. Then if you don't believe in him, that's your issue. I'm talking about you niggas who be claiming, I believe in God, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, or I'm whatever, bro. It's your job, bro. How can you lead your son? How could you lead a household and you have no relationship with God? How could you lead your household when you're not holding hands with your family, leading them in prayer, dog? When I go to the masjid every Friday, guess who's all in there, bro? All the men. All the men, bro. All the men are in there. The women don't have to go. She can make salat at home. It is incumbent upon the men to be at Jumu'ah every Friday. Nigga, you gotta leave your job. Your job ain't even as important, ain't more important than God. How can you show your child what it is to do right here, man? You ain't got no relationship with God, man. How often do you talk to him? When you up? Do you talk to him when you up or only when you down? You only go to him when you need him. Bro, it is your duty to go and get that boy child when he's about 10 years old. And this is our culture, bro. This is African culture, bro. This is native culture. This is indigenous culture, man. This is even European culture. This is even Asian culture, man. That child goes through a weaning stage, man. When he's through weaning, he go with the males, man. That boy child, he go with the males. He's taught to learn how to hunt, learn how to fish, learn how to build. He's taught to be creative with his hands, creative with his mind. Not to be up under his fucking mother, dog. That's why so many of these niggas is soft batch out here right now, because they're under their mothers, man. And they watching their mothers have mental breakdowns and do female shit, and they picking up her attributes. Nigga's a whole male, but he's picking up his mother's attributes, man. He's emotional at all times. So when he get in his feelings, what he know how to do? He don't know critical thinking. He don't know how to ascertain the situation and to fix it. He gets emotional and wants to tear shit up. He does the same thing a female does, man. And me, as a man, because I understand what females do, I don't get mad at that shit. I get mad when I see niggas doing female shit. That's what pisses me off. When I see young men doing female shit. We know what women do. God created them that way. They're supposed to be the emotional beings. You're supposed to be the thinking man. A man is at his best when he can control his anger. A man is at his best when he has self-control. Why? It's because he can evaluate the situation, man. And he'll know how to operate and adapt to it in order to fix it. A woman is in her best when she is silent. And I'm not talking about being silenced. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking about being silenced. I'm talking about when she is silent. Because she can see shit for what it is. She can ascertain the truth of the situation and know how to get herself in it and know how to get herself out of it. This is why I tell women, do not match a nigga's energy when he's being belligerent. If he's trying to leave, let him leave. Do not impede his path. Do not grab that nigga. Do not hold on it. Let him leave. That nigga gonna come back. That nigga gonna come back. Let him leave, man. Because at that moment, a lot of y'all women do it. Y'all push a nigga beyond his limits, man, with y'all anger. You push a nigga beyond his limits, man. And a lot of niggas ain't got self-control. A lot of niggas ain't been taught by daddy. A lot of niggas turn around and then put their hands on you. Beat you half to death because you won't be quiet. Stay silent. See that nigga for who he is. If that nigga's that big, I guarantee you, you stay silent. If that nigga's abusive, just stay silent. If that nigga leave, when that nigga leave, pack your shit and go. Get your children, pack your shit and go. Go to your mamas, go to your girlfriends, and get the fuck away from that nigga. If you ain't got no brother, you ain't got no father, or something like that, man, look, I hate to even fucking say it. Call the laws on that nigga. Because if a nigga is doing you like that, nigga don't deserve to be out here anyway. Nigga don't deserve to be out here anyway. Let him go fight them niggas in the penitentiary. Let him go fight. He not gonna do it. The nigga not gonna fucking do it. He gonna get in there and be friendly as fuck. He gonna get in the county. The county jail, he gonna be friendly as fuck. He not gonna do it. Y'all gotta learn how to stand y'all femininity, man. When you talk to a man in your femininity, in the softness of your voice, you could be in the wrong. That nigga gonna apologize. That nigga gonna apologize. You could be in the wrong. That nigga gonna apologize. If you can talk, look, I'm gonna give you an example. It might not be the best example, but it's an example. I don't know if y'all watched that when Marvel made that first Incredible Hulk movie, man. You know, this nigga green as hell running through the motherfucking city on a rampage, nigga, because they been shooting at this nigga, right? Busting this nigga up with all kind of bullets and weapons. He's smashing tanks and fucking up the city and shit like that. And Liv Tyler pull up, man. And she get out the car and she walk up to him. And he recognize her. And she's rubbing his face, dog. And she's talking calm to that nigga. She's talking calmly to that nigga. She's talking calmly to that nigga. That nigga transitioned back into a man. He transitioned back from the Incredible Hulk into a man. That's y'all magic. That's y'all secret power, man. That is y'all secret power, I'm telling you. And if that nigga can't do that shit right there, baby, it's time to leave. Get away from that nigga. He mean you no good. Slippers count. You fucked a bum. That's all right. You had a baby by a bum. Shit happens. Shit happens, man. They don't take away from you being a woman or a queen. Shit fucking happens. You know what I'm saying? But get away from that nigga. Because he mean you no good. He painted a pretty picture for you and couldn't stand on business, man. But you niggas, you fathers that's out here, when that boy get about 10 years old, you need to go pick up your son and get that woman a break. It's time for you to take on responsibility. So If something does happen, if that boy turn out wrong, that should be on you. Because right now, all fingers are pointing to the black woman, man. All fingers are pointing to the woman. All fingers are pointing to the woman, man. You the one who raised them. You the one who that's the main thing we say. When we're out on these Facebook chats and in these groups and shit, and we talking about the condition of the young black male, we throw that shit all on the black woman. You the one raising them. Ain't no daddy in the house. Nigga, go get your son, nigga. You gonna make new families. You out there fucking on other bitches. Bachelor pad. Stand by yourself. Go get your son, nigga. And raise him to be a man. If you a bum ass nigga, statistics show that if you was raising your son, nigga, you have the life of a 2-parent household, nigga. You don't want that? You don't want to be a better man? Because your son out here killing niggas. The little niggas out here killing each other. Because they have no male structure in their life. They have female tendencies. Hell, even some of the women out here are stiffer than them. And I'm talking about in responsibility and in awareness. Realizing what they have and they can't afford to lose it. Go pick up your son, bro. Go raise your child, man. Because only 20% of women, black women that I'm talking about, because that's, you know, I be doing my statistics on the condition of my people, man. Only 20% of black women, children are not going to go, sons are not going to go to jail. So if it's 100 black women standing in front of us right now and they all got boys standing with them, 80 boys are on their way to jail or prison, nigga. Single black women. Because you don't want to go take care of your son. She won't let you see him, fight for him in court. Go get your child, man. He out here killing women. He out here killing other young men. He out here harming the elderly people, and he disrespecting adults, bro. And he has no respect for authority. No kind of authority figure ever. And we know that authority figure starts at home with your daddy, man. My whole entire time of being adopted, my mother never put her hands on me, man. Not one time did she spank me, man. She called my daddy, or she called my older brothers. So these things are on you, man. Some of these things are on you. We got to go get our boys, man. Us OGs, us dudes out here, we got to give them an open outlet for somebody to talk to. Mainly us that love kids, man. And we want them, we want what's best for them. We want them to have a better life than what we had, man. I know a lot of times say, man, them young niggas don't want to listen. Yes, they do, bro. Yes, they do. I don't know what young niggas y'all be running across. Like, as far as when you're in their presence and you talking to them. I've never had that problem, man. And them young niggas know when I'm around, bro, and I go spitting that ism, they listening. I never had a group of young men, bro, that I have been around and I'm talking and they walk away or they're not listening. They'll stay there for the whole 30, 40 fucking minute conversation, man. They'll stay for the whole 30, 40 minute conversation, bro. Now, what they do with the information, that's up to them, bro. What they do with the information is up to them, bro. All we're obligated to is give them a word directed to the right, bro. You don't tell no young brother out there to go crash out. Well, go do this. Well, nigga, no, you don't tell no young brother that, man. I remember a time where going to prison was shunned. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you from my era. Our aunties and our mamas and them told us that nigga was out of town. They didn't tell us he was in prison. We didn't want that on our family. They said that nigga's out of town, man. There was a time you didn't know who the one who was selling dope. You might have knew the weed man, but you didn't know the nigga that was selling heroin. You didn't know the nigga that was selling powder. You didn't know them niggas, man. Them niggas was that discreet. Nowadays, these young niggas, you ask them, what's your occupation? I hustle. I sell dope. They don't care. The young generation today don't care. When we was young, that shit was shunned on, man. All young niggas need to go. All niggas need to go get their sons, man. When they reach a certain age, man, y'all need to take that shit off these women out here, bro. Because a lot of them are really doing the best that they can. A lot of them not. Some not. That I know. I see them at the clubs every now and again. I know which ones is them ones who drop their kids off all the time, who rarely got them. But for the most part, a lot of these women are doing their fucking best, bro. It's just that boy done already reached the age where he bucking, man. And it should be a man. It should be a man there. It should be a man. He should have his. Yeah. he should have his father there, man.
I want to say something real quick. You talking about like I'm thinking like how all these youngsters talk about how they OGs. Shouldn't your daddy be your OG?
Bro. You want your, like in real life, my nigga, you want your son looking up to another nigga?
That's what I'm saying.
Like in real life, bro. You know what I'm saying? You really want your son looking up to another. You know what, man? I swear to God, King, I've never wanted to be like a nigga out here in these streets. I've never wanted to be like nobody but my daddy, dog. Never wanted to be, and I always tell some of my female friends, man, like some of the things that I've done, my dad would be ashamed of me, man. You know, I went to school dressed like my pops since a kid, bro. When y'all see me with the hats on, my nigga, when y'all see Creeker with the hats on, my nigga, that you looking at my daddy, man. That's who I get that from. I get that from my daddy. I always want to be like my dad. I ain't want to be like I ain't want to be like Mike. I ain't want to be like Emmitt Smith. I ain't want to be like none of these niggas, man. I ain't want to be like the nigga on the corner or nothing like that. Nobody. I want to be my own individual, but I want to be just like my daddy, man. That was my hero, dog. Leroy Martin, that was my hero. The man that adopted me, who fought in the courts for me from being abused as a child, that was my hero. My uncle Eugene, he's really my nephew, but I call him my uncle, my brother's oldest son. That was my hero. It was the males in my family, man. It was my heroes. It wasn't nobody out on these blocks. I ain't want to be like none of these niggas out here. I ain't want to be like the biggest D boy out here, man. I might wanted to get to it like they did, but be like them, nah. I always wanted to be like the men in my family, man. I respected the men in my family. They held me to, they held me accountable, man. Man, I feel disappointed in my dad so much, man, I would lie to him. Because I didn't want him to know I was outside like that, man. People send news back to my dad. You know, Creon out here doing this. You know, Creon out here doing that. My daddy put me to say, boy, you out here doing this. No, daddy, that ain't me, man. I be with niggas around and be like, you know, I be hanging with dudes, but that ain't me, man. Because I know how heartbreaking that will be for my dad, man. You niggas need to pick up y'all children, man. Because they're out here killing women and beating up women. They're out here killing young niggas because they don't want to fight. They'll fight the girl. They won't fight these niggas. And if worst come to worst, they'll down her too. They out here disrespecting the elderly. Won't open the door for no fucking body. Won't say yes ma'am or no ma'am. Be quick to cuss one of them out. An old person, man, be quick to cuss one out, man. Because they being admonished. This era is really different, bro. This era is really different, man. Women, I ask you once again, Do not, by no means, exchange the same energy with a nigga, man. When he's being belligerent, when he's on the brink of being violent, don't match that shit, man. Save yourself. Save yourself. Talk to that nigga in a calmly manner. If that nigga's trying to leave, let that nigga go. Let him go to wherever he needs to do to calm down, man. And as for you niggas, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings, said that if you're angry, nigga, go wash your face. If you're still mad, sit down, nigga. And if you're still mad, go to bed, nigga. Go to sleep. But get that anger out for you before you take it out on somebody. Go to church. Go to the masjid. Have a relationship with God. I don't care what you do in life. Have a relationship with God. I don't care what your sins are, what you're doing in the dark. I don't care if you're selling dope. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that. All I care is about you having a relationship with God and pray. Pray for discernment, nigga. Pray for understanding. Pray for strength. Pray to be a better person. Keep a relationship with God. You cannot lead your household if you ain't got no relationship with God. I don't care what nobody say. The women are doing all the praying. All the praying. They're the ones who are all in the church. Every time I go to a church, I go to a funeral or something like that. It's more women than men. It's more women than men all the time. These young dudes don't respect nobody out here, man. Don't respect two and few. And I'm out here being pops and unk to all of them as much as I can. And they all ain't black. They all ain't black. It's a lot of Hispanic kids that call me pops. It's a lot of Hispanic kids that call me unk, man. And all I'm out here trying to do is make sure them niggas don't crash out the same way I crashed out, man. The same way I did by not listening, bro. I tell them youngsters, I already went to the penitentiary for you. You want me to tell you what's going on down there? It's the loneliest place in the fucking world. The loneliest place in the world, bro. I don't care how much money you got on your books, how much nigga you gonna miss what you love, man. I done seen I done seen 5 days be too much for one motherfucker. I done seen 10 years ain't shit to a motherfucker down there. I never question a nigga about how much time he doing or what he going through, bro. You young niggas don't know, man. Nigga, it was plenty of nights you hear niggas whimpering in themselves when it's lights out, my nigga, because they miss their family. Because your granny done died, nigga, and you in there. Or your mama done died and you in there. And you can't go to the funeral, nigga. I done witnessed a lot of that in there. There's been times at nighttime, nigga, I'm looking out that window and I hear them cars going by, nigga, and I got tears in my eyes, nigga, because I know my boys out here raising themselves, and I'm not here for it. This is not the life for the young black male, bro. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. If you got a son, man, go get your boy, man. Go get your child. Get him out these streets. Or don't let the streets be waiting for them. Cause I'm gonna tell you, boy, once they out here, man, the group of young niggas gonna show a nigga the love that they ain't getting at home, man, and they not gonna come back. They not gonna come back to the house the same individual, man. The streets will show you a type of love that you don't get at home, man, and the nigga will not come back to the house mentally. Yeah, he'll come back to lay down and all that type of shit, eat mama cooking and shit, but his mind is in the streets. He a street nigga now. When he should just be a nerd, dog. We just lost a young lady, bro. due to domestic violence, man. She's not the first in this city, and she sure won't be the last. It's just, it happened to be close to home. That's all it is. It just so happened to be close to home, and a lot of people are feeling it right now, man. I sincerely recommend that if you are not with your baby mama, man, the mother of your children, and you have a boy son, man, by the time that boy is 10 years old, man, when he's getting ready to start getting bumps on his face, when all these things getting ready to start happening, his life is getting ready to change. Go get your boy, man. Get that woman a break. Shawty, get that boy to his daddy, man. Gonna give yourself an opportunity with life now. Gonna give yourself an opportunity to go back to school and to be able to do it without the stress of the world on you. Because believe me, I know, I'm a black man who telling you, I know you did your job. And I know you're doing your job. This I know. I know you're doing your job. I know for a fact you done did your job, man. But you need a break too. That nigga had a break. That nigga had a 10-year break. That man had a 10-year break. If you're an active father, praise be to God. But guess what? Still, when he's 10 years old, it's time for him to come stay with you. It's time for him to come stay with you. Mama done already showed him how to dress himself, how to talk, how to feed himself. Mama done already showed him how to make a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Do all these things, man. Now it's time for you to teach him how to be a man. Then it's time for you to teach him to take his first steps into manhood, man, because she can't do that. Even the 20% that has raised their sons successfully to not go to prison still can't teach them to be a man. She can only tell them what she think a man is. And you know, all the time, we always tell these women, when they think they know what a man is, we like, man, that ain't what we do. And they be thinking that's what we do. And it don't be what we do, it just be what they think. It be what they think. And they be like, no, we don't operate like that, man. Please go get your little boy, man. Please go get your little boy. Get that woman a break, because statistically, 80% of them kids them young boys going to the penitentiary or the jail, man. Statistically, 80% of them little boys are going to jail. And you know who we pointing the finger at? We pointing it at the mama. Knowing that she's doing all she really can. Now, I'm not saying all of them. I ain't gonna get it twisted, because, like I said, we know the ones that's out there doing what they want to do, ain't leaving the kids at the crib or with their grandma or with their sisters or somebody regularly on a regular basis. Chasing dick. Go get your son, man. If Shawty wildin', go get your son at an early age, man. Don't be scared to be a single father, bro. The same way she can make it happen, you can make it happen too. You got family too, man. A lot of y'all out there having money, man. Same way she paying for daycare, you can pay for daycare too, man. We got to teach these young boys to keep their hands to themselves, man. We got to teach our young women to keep their hands to themselves, man. To don't put themselves in a man position. This is what I'm saying. If a woman, shout it, if you talking to a girl, if you're talking away to a girl that you know this female gonna fight you, why would you even talk to a man like that? Think about that. Why would you even talk to a man like that? If you know that the way you talking to a female, y'all finna to fight. The words that you telling her, y'all gonna fight. What makes you think? Why would you talk to a man like that, man? You putting yourself in a fucked up situation. Because if that man don't have no self control, man, you gonna wind up beat up or dead. Especially if he don't have no self control, you gonna find yourself beat the fuck up or dead. And you can avoid getting beat up. You can avoid getting killed. And if you know that nigga is like that, man, stay away from him. Protect your essence. Stay in your femininity, man. Because that's the only thing that controls the beast, man. Is the femininity, man. Men asked for you. Adam had the whole world to his fucking self. Adam had the world to himself. He had dominion over everything. He could tell everything what to do. But it wasn't enough. So God gave him a companion. And that companion was you. And regardless of the situation and what happened in that situation between them two individuals, at the end of the day, he still gave us you. You're supposed to be our peace. It's hard. This world is hard and it's cruel out here. It's hard and it's cruel, man. This world is hard and it's cruel, man. And it ain't no love. It ain't no love, man. People are just cordial and know how to deal with each other. I pray, man, because I prayed about this before I came. I pray that this message was well accepted, man. You know, I pray that this message was understood by my peers, man. I pray that you women protect yourself with y'all silence. And like I said, not being silent, but with y'all silence. Not being silenced, but with your silence. Of knowing how to deal with the situation when you're dealing with a belligerent individual, man. Or a man who is mad or has been pushed too far. Be Liv Tyler, how she was with the Incredible Hulk. Soothe him. Don't add fuel to the fire. Arguments are all right as long as they're healthy. When they become physical, that means they're unhealthy. When they become verbally abusive, they're unhealthy. No woman has won with a man by matching his energy when it comes to being belligerent or violent. No woman has won, man. No woman has won in life. At the end of the day, she the one who feels the brunt of it. If that nigga leave and you know he really that type that's been putting his hands on you, pack your shit and go. And don't come back. Don't look back, man. You deserve better than that. Don't look back. And these situations can be vice versa too, man. These situations can be vice versa, man. But for the most part, men are doing the most harm to women when it comes to physicality, when it comes to domestic violence. With that being said, man, inshallah, y'all got the message, man. Inshallah, I was able to convey it in the best of my ability, man, with nobody feeling offended, man, because that is not what I'm here for, man. I'm really trying to save a life, man. That's all I'm really trying to do is save a life, man. And if any of you brothers, you know what I'm saying, if y'all can, let these young boys have access to you, man. You ain't gotta let them have access to your pockets, but let them have access to your knowledge, to your wisdom. Let them have open access to your voice, bro, or to your earl, so they can have somebody to talk to, man. That being said, man, riding high, your boy Creeker, DJ King, man. Until next time, man. Peace out, y'all.